Hi everyone, welcome to Study Abroad 101. This is an informational presentation about how study abroad works at UMD. This presentation will hopefully discuss any uncertainties or curiosities you may have about studying abroad. Today's video will answer two major questions. What is study abroad and how does it work at UMD? We will discuss the steps to studying abroad and how you can take advantage of UMD's over 300 program options. Additionally, we will be sharing the available resources and who is here to help you throughout the study abroad process. And after this session, you will be able to understand the benefits and skills that can be gained from a study abroad experience, identify the different types of study abroad programs, navigate the study abroad program search on our website and begin researching programs based on your own goals and interests, and also know where to find additional resources to support your study abroad journey. Now let's discuss a question you have probably already been thinking about. Why should I study abroad? So there are many academic, personal, and professional takeaways that you can gain from an international experience, and just a few of the important ones are outlined here in this graphic. And really, no matter the length of your program or course, you will be exposed to new ideas and perspectives about how the world works. And these are all great reasons to go abroad. Some of them I'm sure you have already been thinking about, but two of these that really stand out for me personally are number 5, making friends from around the world. I love that my study abroad experience connected me with so many interesting people from all over. And I think just getting the chance to hear so many different perspectives on the world is super valuable and something that I will never take for granted. And another one is number 9, boosting confidence and independence. Traveling and living in another country allowed me to develop skills and problem solve, which increased my overall confidence in my own abilities to live on my own in an unfamiliar place. And I learned how to get around and really improved my communication skills by interacting in a language that's not my first language. An experience like studying abroad also gives you an advantage in the job market and throughout your career. You will gain skills in cross-cultural communication, adaptability, self-reliance, understanding global issues, and collaboration with people from other cultures as a result of studying abroad. And this global opportunity will provide you with a distinct professional advantage upon graduation. And at Maryland, more and more people are going abroad. Approximately 20% of students are going abroad, which is 3 times the national average. Who studies abroad at UMD? During the 2023 to 2024 academic year, over 1,600 UMD students studying abroad, and that number is continuing to grow. And the Education Abroad Office enjoys working with the student community to support a very large range of interests and academic needs for a study abroad journey. And study abroad is something that could be financially accessible for all students. And part of our mission here at Education Abroad is to increase access to study abroad through our scholarships and financial aid that we offer. And Education Abroad awards over $850,000 in scholarships to our study abroad students through the Education Abroad Scholarship. And we will cover all the ways you can get money specifically for study abroad later on in the presentation. I just want to outline one really great resource, Terps Abroad Profiles. These are great to read about the personal experiences of students who studied abroad at UMD, and the voices of our study abroad alumni are highlighted on our hashtag Terps Abroad profiles on our website. So along with stories of their experiences abroad, these students will share tips and advice for future students going abroad. And you can view profiles, you can filter under Browse All Stories, you can filter by country, by college, if you want to see students within your major, or even by social identity to hear about what a certain experience was like for a student. And then if you want to see what students abroad are up to in real time, you can follow the hashtag Terps Abroad hashtag on our social media pages. Thinking about social identities abroad, Education Abroad is proud of our diverse community of students, and we want to celebrate and support the many identities of our students. We recognize that social identities can influence, impact, and be impacted by a study abroad experience, and believe that it's important to give careful consideration to these topics ahead of time. Education Abroad has created a list of resources and questions for students to consider as they plan their study abroad experience. Our social identity pages, LGBTQ+ students, first-generation students, students of color, and students with disabilities can be found under the Advising tab on our website on the Identity and Affiliation page. And as always, we invite you to speak with your Education Abroad advisor about any questions and topics related for additional support. Academics abroad. So studying abroad means that you will be taking courses at a foreign institution, a partner university, or with a UMD faculty member. You will be able to earn credits towards your major or minor, get general education credits, and or take elective courses. It's great to start planning for study abroad as early as possible because each student is different, and it's important to reference your academic plan to see which term would be the best fit for you. And you will additionally definitely need to involve your academic advisor in your study abroad planning process to outline your 4-year plan and discuss which term would work well for you to study abroad and which courses you will need to take to stay on track. However, it's definitely a myth that you will only be able to take elective credits abroad. Many of our programs do offer coursework that will align with your major and get you some more major credit. When can you study abroad? So students at UMD are studying abroad 365 days of the year on our programs. Our semester programs take place in the fall and spring semester, but you can also do them for a full academic year. And additionally, we run programs in the summer, spring break, and winter term that range from 1.5 to 6 weeks. So the range for studying abroad is super big, but again, it's great to start planning as early as possible, figure out which category of program you're interested in and which will work best with your academic plan. Like I said, Education Abroad has over 300 programs in our portfolio for students to participate in. Most of our programs are directly sponsored by UMD, like our exchanges, Maryland In and UMD Maryland-led programs. But we want to make sure that every student has a program that meets your academic, financial, and personal needs. So we also approve a wider range of affiliate and other approved programs to ensure a diversity of offerings. So we're going to go over each of these program types so you get a better idea. First are our Maryland In programs. So these are, like I said, semester or year-long programs. And these give you the opportunity to live in a global context with the support of a UMD community. So you will be living and taking classes among other UMD students and enroll in resident courses to fulfill degree requirements. There's also a chance with Maryland In programs to build professional skills by obtaining an internship during your semester or year abroad. And then the fees for these programs really just vary by location. The cost for each Maryland In program is displayed under the cost and affordability tab of each program brochure. Exchanges. Exchanges are great for students who want a more immersive and independent experience. You will likely not be traveling with a large cohort of Maryland students, and you will be living and learning with students from the host country at one of Maryland's partner universities. And exchanges have a lot of academic flexibility. You can take also coursework all in English, or if there's a target language that our Maryland In program just doesn't have, you could do that as well. And for exchanges, it's important to note you will be paying your UMD tuition rate, which can make this a very affordable study abroad option, especially for in-state students. So Maryland-led programs, these are typically 2 to 3 week-long programs, and you will be joining a UMD faculty member, and you'll be traveling with a cohort of UMD students. And these programs typically will have a very specialized topic that you'll focus on through excursions, site visits, guest speakers, and research projects. And these programs, on average, will offer 3 credits with gen ed courses available. Affiliate and other approved programs. So these are programs that are not developed by UMD, but approved programs outside of the University of Maryland that we have approved for students to enroll in. And these types of programs also offer a lot of flexibility if you're having trouble finding something to meet your academic and personal needs or goals for your study abroad experience. And some of the approved programs just work really well with specific academic goals of a student. And the cost and course offerings for these programs they're all vary depending on the program. Now we're going to talk about navigating resources on the Education Abroad website, and all of the resources we have discussed are found on our website, umd.edu/studyabroad, and this right here is our homepage. Two great features of our website that I highly recommend taking advantage of are our program search and study abroad course database. So the program search allows you to explore our portfolio of programs where you can filter by country, course offerings, housing, etc. And then the study abroad course database can help you figure out what partner institutions offer specific courses that you are hoping to get while you're abroad. And you can look up the exact course code of a class offered at UMD to see where you may be able to take an equivalent course and get that major credit. And all this information you can use to prepare an initial academic plan for your study abroad experience. What's the price tag on study abroad? So the first aspect of your study abroad financial literacy is understanding your study abroad cost of attendance. And your study abroad cost of attendance refers to the total sum of all expenses associated with studying abroad. So this does include the costs that are billed through your student account directly, such as tuition and international insurance, but it also includes out-of-pocket expenses like your flight or purchases you might make on food or other items while abroad. And most of these costs and expenses should be clearly outlined for you among program information and should be available on the webpage for your study abroad program. However, you may need to do some additional research to better understand some of the very variable costs and also tune into your own goals when you go. Like maybe you want to be traveling a ton while you're away for a semester, as well as the cost of living, the amount of local transportation you'll use, all that. And it's helpful to compare the cost of attendance for study abroad to the cost of attendance at UMD. And in many cases, study abroad can be just as affordable. And our education abroad advisors can help you navigate our different program types and the costs associated with them to help you make informed financial decisions. Funding study abroad. In most cases, UMD students are able to apply any current scholarships or financial aid they utilize toward their study abroad program fee. For semester programs, that means that if you receive scholarships, grants, or loans to cover the cost of tuition for your fall and spring semester here, you will typically be able to apply to fall and spring semester study abroad programs. For short-term programs, it's best to consult a financial aid advisor about your financial aid package. We realize that dealing with cost of attendance and financial aid can be a little overwhelming, and we're here to help. The UMD Office of Student Financial Aid has a dedicated financial aid counselor to help you understand your aid package and how it applies to study abroad. Just ask your education abroad advisor and they can put you in contact with them. In addition to scholarships you receive already, it's possible to apply for scholarships and grants specifically for study abroad. More information can be found on our scholarships page under the affordability tab on our website. Here we list various national scholarship opportunities. Some are general scholarships and others may be academic or regional specific. For short-term programs, it's important to note that some scholarships may have a minimum program length in order to qualify for their funding. When are the deadlines for your study abroad programs? So for winter, spring, and spring break, the applications will open around early May, and the application deadline will be early August to mid-September. And then for the Education Abroad Scholarship, that deadline will be at the same time as the program application. We have our affiliate and other approved programs following the same timeline, but it's important to note that the affiliate and other approved programs have deadlines that just may not align with UMD's deadlines. For summer, fall, and other academic year-long programs, applications will open early November, and then the application deadline will be early to mid-March. And again, the Education Abroad deadline will be due at the time of the application. And again, just know that affiliate and other approved programs have deadlines that may not align with UMD's deadlines. So once you do decide on a program, how are you going to apply? So applying to study abroad is easy and it's done mostly online. So you'll become familiar with My EA, My Education Abroad, which is our online application portal to submit your application materials and stay up to date on important details for your program. And for each term, you can only have one active program application at a time. So you should definitely thoroughly research your program options before opening an online application. So you're not going to apply to a bunch of programs. You're going to really figure out what program you want to do and then apply to it. And when our office is actively accepting applications, you'll see a yellow Apply Now button in the upper left-hand corner of each online program brochure, and clicking this button will direct you to My EA, the portal, to begin your application. And if you change your mind on a program in which you would like to apply, your Education Abroad advisor can help you switch it to another program of interest. Our Study Abroad 101 Compass is a great resource to introduce the idea of goal setting. And this is a phrase you'll hear throughout the study abroad process. Your goals are typically related to topics such as academics, social identity. A lot of people have a regional preference or a language focus they want to tune in on, as well as any career development opportunities. So setting goals for yourself can aid in the program selection process, figure out what each program has to offer, and thinking about the style of program that can best support you and your interests. So now that you know the introductory information about study abroad and you're ready to research programs, what comes next? So you can make an appointment with your Education Abroad advisor. Our advisors can discuss programs you're interested in and answer any questions you may have. And our advisors advise based on primary college, so they can help you answer academic related questions and help you figure out which program is the best fit for you. And all appointments are scheduled online on our website on the Explore tab under Make an Appointment with your global advisor. Like I said, all the resources that we've discussed so far, they can all be found on our website, umd.edu/studyabroad. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Study Abroad 101 presentation. Here are our social media usernames if you would like to follow along with upcoming events or student experiences abroad. I hope that the presentation provided you with more information about academics abroad, the programs we offer, funding, and all of our available resources. However, if you still have unanswered questions, feel free to make an appointment with an advisor or send us an email at educationabroad@umd.edu.